Nice frame shot. Just looking into the evil eyes. Hello everyone, my name is Amy. I'm an artist and I love movies, but I actually haven't seen very many movies, so that's what this channel is all about. And so today I'm going to be watching Snow White for the very first time. Let's get started and watch this movie for the very first time. Yep, I knew we were gonna have a book opening, but that makes sense because it's Brothers Grimm.
Let me see thy face.
Wait a minute! Wait! I have seen this. I remember. I saw it in, what grade was it? I saw it in elementary school because I remember this face terrified me. I really don't remember anything other than just being terrified of certain things.
A lovely maid I see.
Uh-oh.
Rags cannot hide her gentle grace, white as snow.
Snow White.
Wanna know a secret?
Oh.
Promise not to tell?
Oh, she's young. I guess she's supposed to be 14, that's why her voice sounds so young, but like, considering where the story goes, I am not okay with that. Get back on your horse. Stop. She's a child. Stop. No, go back home. Go fight a dragon or something. No. I mean, even just their vocal differences, like he sounds like a grown man, she sounds like a freaking child.
Take her far into the forest. Find some...
Is it bad that I agree with the evil queen with her action plan right now to like separate the two children? Well, she's a child. I don't know how old he is, but...
Kill her.
Well, not that.
Where's your mom and papa? Why, I believe you're lost. Oh, please don't cry.
So fun fact, right now there is a swallow bird's nest on top of our front door. So every time we go out our front door, we have to be super quiet, super calm to not disturb the little babies. But we have a glass door on our front, so every time we're downstairs, we can see mom and dad bird swooping in at full speed ahead and then zooming on up to land into the nest to feed the babies and then go back out and on and on and on all day. And it's like, whoa! That's been our highlight for the past few weeks. So these little baby birds growing on our porch. So. But I like how the branches turn into hands trying to grab her, and how your imagination can turn, and she's dead. That felt very theater-esque. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because like if you're on a theater, you're in a limited amount of space to illustrate that type of thing, so you're just like, whoa, fall over type of thing. I don't know. Some of the early Disney movies have some theater elements to them, and I'm not sure if I'm just reading into it or if there is actually a nod to the theater because that was such a storytelling medium before cinema became so prominent. No, she's friend. No, they're friends.
I won't hurt you.
I wish you could just go up to animals and be like, I'm not gonna hurt you, and then they all become your best friends. I want to become best friends with all the animals.
And all because I was afraid. I'm so ashamed of the fuss I made.
No. That is a completely normal and expected response from a child. Why is she apologizing for processing such a situation in a normal circumstance? Emotions are valid. You're allowed to experience emotions. You don't need to apologize for them, regardless of your age, gender, anything like that. Emotions are there to help us. Use them. Hey, Bambi, go hide. No, your story's not happening yet. And if you go hide, then your mom might be okay. so sparkly. We have various sounds that was recorded in the studio to represent the gems, and they're also timed in beat, and it's really interesting. Sound design is something that I find really cool, and as an animator myself, I'm often having to record sounds with what I have around me. For some of the sounds they're working with, like a particular slap noise, it's not just a slap because that's probably not going to record right. Maybe it's snapping something in half. For a footprint, it might be a wet rag hit against a piece of wood or something like that. It's really cool to look into how produced sound and animation and film is, and that it's not just recording what's on camera. There's so much work behind the scenes. So yeah.
Let's see what's upstairs.
She really just invited herself in and said, hey, I'm gonna clean up everything, but mess up the function of the house and just go through everything. Falling asleep with a face full of makeup is not a good idea.
Something's in there.
Maybe a ghost or a goblin.
A demon or a dragon.
Oh, you know, or the horrid, a human. Oh no, it's a human girl. What? that would for sure not fly in any movies today. Clearly you can tell the mindsets of the people who were making this movie and the state of the time that allowed such mindsets to prevail. How are you going to assume that everybody of the same gender acts the same? Like, that's like me saying, all men are bad, there's no redeeming, it's like, since the character's a dwarf and can't understand nuance, and that may be why he thinks in such blanket terms, but it also feels a little like an excuse for them to add that little quip of like, oh yeah, all women are witches, and decide. I don't even remember what he said.
Snow White lies dead.
She's still alive.
Behold her heart.
Oh, was it a deer heart?
Still live is the heart of a pig you hold in your hand.
The heart of a pig. And I've been treated.
Yeah, I realized they never show it, probably because they thought it'd be too distressing for children. They skirted around it to protect the innocence of children.
Complete. No one will ever suspect.
She has a book just about disguises. This is cool. I like this.
A poisoned apple.
Which apparently, I didn't know this until just now, but in the original story, it was 3 assassination attempts. I think it was a squishing the bodice too small, the apple, and then another one. I'm not sure about the third. I was not aware of that till just an hour ago. Nice frame shot. Just looking into the evil eyes. I've seen, that's a meme, isn't it? Where she's like, everything's so fine.
Now turn red. Tempt Snow White. Have a bite.
No thanks. I'll stick with my peas.
It's not for you.
The queen is very melodramatic, I've realized. Talking in rhymes, being all like, she does this, not for you.
So beware the strangers.
Don't worry. I'll be all right.
Are you sure about that?
Be awful careful, because if anything had happened to you,
Goodbye.
Oh.
I will say it's a little weird that, I mean, they're little men, but they're still men, that they're all like, we just want a kiss from the little 14-year-old. The whole story of a young child having to come in to soften some grumpy old man, like, okay, yeah, I get it's heartwarming sometimes. This was really common in Hollywood because we were dealing with wars, we were dealing with a really hard time, so a lot of men had been kind of, you know, like, oh, this is horrible. So, but I just don't like the fact that it's a young child doing that. Like, clearly a sign of the times, but yeah. If you just take the stories for what they are instead of looking into the underlying meaning, it's just like, oh, no biggie, but hello. The witch cut me off there, but what I was trying to say is that if you're simply watching this movie for just what it is, I can definitely see why it has such a special place in people's hearts. I just have the unfortunate tendency to try and figure out the hidden meaning of everything. And unfortunately, when you do that, it kind of brings out the bad side of things, which whether or not that was the actual intention of this type of movie, probably not. But if you're the type of person who just loves this movie or really connected with it when you watched it as a child, more power to you. I'm not trying to say that like this is a horrible movie because it has some questionable themes. I'm really just pointing out what I'm interpreting from it. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's childhood here.
All alone, my pet? Why, yes, I am, but...
You don't tell them that.
The little men are not here.
So in this circumstance where the witch is asking leading questions which she already knows the answer, or like she already knows the state of what's happening, that should be a warning flag. If someone is asking a question or talking about something they shouldn't know already but they do, warning flags. Run away, never talk to them again. Just be cautious. There's your general life advice for the day.
Take me into the house and let me rest.
Suspicious! Even the animals know what's up. Like, I mean, come on.
This is no ordinary apple. It's a magic wishing apple. Now, make a wish. And take a bite.
I wish for you to go away. How do you think that would have gone by? I think the queen would have been like, excuse me?
Don't.
They didn't show it. Ooh, that was smart. I wonder if they didn't show it in order to not distress children, but also because the technology wasn't advanced enough for them to show like color changing or to show it, but also the fact of her, you know, her being poisoned off screen and then we just see her arm fall with the apple. That just makes it so much more dramatic and more like, oh no, she's, you know, especially for children, I was gonna be like, oh no, Snow White's hurt, you know, we can't see her, we can't see her face and that she's okay. I mean, she's not okay. That was a really smart story decision right there, to just have it be like, ah. And it plays into Snow White's character too, just kind of being the delicate little flower that she is. I guess, okay, yeah, I was like, is this gonna be her downfall? This feels like her downfall situation. I guess they don't know that the spell can be reversed by True Love's kiss. I think they just think that she's full on dead, so. Let the poor animals in, they're stuck out in the rain. They're mourning her too. They've been in the house before, like, animals are people too. And they also did their best to try and bring the Dwarfs back to make sure to keep Snow White safe. Give them the credit of being inside, not stuck out in the rain. So also another thing I want to point out here is show not tell. Based off of the styles at the time, I do know it was really popular to have text screens within a film because, especially for silent films, that was the only way to tell the story what was happening. So this was probably expected out of films at the time, whereas now it's more encouraged to tell the audience what's happening through the visuals rather than through text. No. I think decomposition starts pretty quickly after death, so it's great that she's still all pretty and smells nice, but not for long. Not trying to be morbid, but I'm just like, the reality of the situation. I mean, the prince is here, so that's not a situation we're gonna have to deal with. If Disney won't even show an animated version of A Pig's Heart, they're definitely not gonna show their beloved princess in any sort of decay. Didn't even have the like gracefulness and like, I'm mourning the death of my beloved. And he's just like, he just smacked one on her. But yay, the princess is alive. And they live happily ever after. And the witch is dead, so that's a spectacular shot. I love it. Are they ascending into heaven? What? Alright, so that was Snow White, the very first ever Disney animated movie. It was a cute film. There were some things that I'm like, but I honestly just think that that's just because I'm coming from a modern perspective, and this was their first movie. Of course, there's going to be things that don't quite go perfectly because they hadn't perfected the formula yet. And if anything, this is actually giving me more respect for the later classic films that I have already reacted to because I've now seen where they come from. Also, if you want to see any of my other reactions, I also have like Pixar and some other studios, so check the playlist here. And yeah, that's all I've got for now. So thanks for watching, and bye! Okay, the aspect ratio changed. I gotta get the full reference of the screen.